every bit you can, and it's out cleanly.
All right, well, here we are underway. The gun is off. Let's run through the names one more time for you. Bib 1, Aubrey Argyle. 2 was the Ballsy, she is not running. Caroline Yarborough, 3. Julia Stevenson, 4. Bella Berta, 5. Ryan Frazier, 6. Jenna Gasparini, 7. Anna Rohrer is 8. Sarah Kettle, 9. Stephanie Janks, 10. Wayne Colati, 11. Libby Davidson, 12. And Epiphany Grisbaum rounding out the field with Bib 13. Who's that early leader? Right away, settling in, and it is Aubrey Argyle from Davis, Utah. The top girl on Davis's cross-country team opens it up in a 37-38. Bella Berta, one of New York's best on the cross course, sits in second with that orange bib, and they are your early leaders.
It's going to be an interesting race. See what the strategy is. I think they're going to feel it out this first 1,000 and then start to make a move. Ryan Frazier at Foot Locker South, I was there personally. She just set the pace early. There's so much talent in this race. It could be like Foot Locker, where everyone kind of plays the waiting game to see if someone else is going to make a move, feel the race out. That's probably what a lot of their coaches said, because it's almost too stacked of a race to dictate it immediately on this small track. And it's still anyone's race.
So anyone's race. Oh, they're all packed up so close. 78 high, 79 for that first lap. They got to get in that cadence. They got to get in that feel. We have Anna Rohrer. If there's going to be a favorite, it's her. Rohrer is in third with that gold uniform on. And over her right shoulder, some would say it's a sleeper pick because she's kind of unknown, but then again, it's the furthest thing from a sleeper pick. Who am I talking about? Wayne Colati on the right shoulder of Anna Rohrer in
dark blue.
Number 11, that's right. She is repping her Foot Locker jersey, it looks like, where she ran. She didn't have the cross country 2 minutes here on the track at 600, but Colati didn't have the cross season I think she's capable of. But the summer before that, at IAAF World Champs, she went 9:12 in the 3K.
Unreal.
I mean, clobbered, for lack of a better word, Stephanie Janks.
Yeah, by 15 or 17 seconds,
or
hands down.
More. I think Janks might have been in the 9:30s in the fight. Nonetheless, Janks representing USA, the runner she is. Colati has the best 3K or 2-mile equivalent on this track by a long shot.
Yes, if she is in shape, she's getting back into that form. She's the best 3K runner in the country, no doubt.
Oh, Rohrer almost takes a spill.
Spill right there.
And that was Anna Rohrer, your pre-race favorite. Again,
she almost went down. That chopped her up a little bit, slowed the pace down definitely.
And would you look at that, the person she ties up legs with is none else than Ryan Frazier, who got second to her at Foot Locker. But Rohrer says, wait, let me just take the lead. I know I tripped up.
That's exactly what she said. She said, enough playing around with this. I'm taking the lead. I'm not going to fall down. I'm going to make you have to beat me on the track to win this title. And she has gone straight to the front. She has stopped with this, playing around, being on the outside, risking it. And she's just gone to the front. Frazier trying to stay behind her and stay calm.
And Frazier does look calm. And then it's Janks. Probably there you go. Then it's Colati.
Colati on the inside, trying to stay calm. She has a nice size for this. The smallest girl in this field can draft off the other runners. And then back in 8th or 7th is Libby Davidson, 6th at Foot Locker.
Yes.
She's just waiting her game. She's just waiting. Her coach says she may be a 10K runner. The 5K may be too short for her. So let's see if this slow pace benefits her throughout the whole race. But that top group, now 7 girls kind of pulling away.
357 at the 1200.
To pit.
You know what? Rohrer, Frazier, Janks, Colati, your top 4 of all the field. They're obviously all very decorated, but those are your top 4 most decorated athletes. As to be expected, there they are, and the battle between Rohrer and Frazier continues. The tightness of getting chopped up with the legs made Rohrer said 400 meters ago, look, I don't want that to happen again. I'm going to take the lead. I'm the reigning Foot Locker champ. And I'm the reigning New Balance Outdoor Nationals champ in this event. Let's play. Let's play. And Frazier says, all right, let's play. 2, 4.
Alexandra Harris is in 3rd from New York. She's a lot of people's sleeper pick. She's hanging right in there. If she can just hang around for a little bit. Sorry, that's Stephanie Janks in 3rd, moving past Colati. She ran here second a year ago. Let's see. She's just hanging in there. She just says, you guys can talk all you want about Rohrer. And everyone else, I'm just going to sit and run my race. And she ran very well here last year. Sophomore national record.
It's interesting who we have on the track here because we have Rohrer, who's leading the way, who's ran one indoor track meet this year. She ran 10:32 recently alone, dropped that out there. One of the fastest 3,200 meter times in the nation. Behind Sarah Kettle is US #1, but Kettle is having a tough race. She's not on screen, about 50 meters back. But again, anything can happen in a 5K race.
Now, Wayne Kaladi in the blue. She's from Eritrea. IWF, we talked about that, ran at the World Championships. Destroyed Stephanie Jenks. She doesn't even have an indoor season. Her county does not allow indoor track, so she's competing for Team Nova, which is a group that gets together to train. So this is her second indoor meet of the year. It's her first 5K of the year. So who knows if it's just going to be the race of her life, because she's moving very well for a 3K runner, just hanging in there right now. If this pace stays this slow, it could be her race.
Absolutely. And to make that clear, you said from Eritrea, well, she moved to Virginia. She resides there in the state of Virginia, the great track state it is. The county, as you mentioned, not having tracks, so not seeing the indoor oval that much. But she's concerned about Stephanie Jenks back right now as she sits in fourth, 6:33 on the clock.
And 3:14 for that 1K. And it's still Rohrer and Frazier, 1-2. Jenks in third and Kaladi in fourth. And then it's some distance back to the other group. The field's starting to spread out, but right now, it looks like Frazier is trying to keep up and get onto the shoulder of Rohrer and say, I'll lead some laps. This is my race to lose also.
They are shoulder to shoulder. Frazier steps back a little bit right now. We got 7:12 here on the clock. You know what? If it continues at this pace, I am very curious to see who can go for it, that final 400, that final 200, because we could go down the line of these girls and say the accolades they have on the speed spectrum. It's funny because I would say maybe the least of that speed spectrum is Anna Rohrer, because you're going against a 441 miler indoors in Ryan Frazier. She's been tearing up the indoor mile this year, and the 442 miler in Stephanie Jenks doing that as a sophomore, and then Wayne Kaladi, who without a doubt has the fastest 3K 2-mile time. So does Rohrer leave it up to that? Now, then again, will these girls be in enough good condition to have a strong kick if they are powering through these lap after lap?
Right now, just seeing her come by again, Rohrer, Frazier, they just look so strong right now. They look just in shape, fit, ready for this race, ready for the competition, and it's just putting their legs, keep rotating them. They're just rolling through that.
So at the 2,500 meter mark, which is halfway through the 5K, these ladies are at 8:12. So, I mean, they're gonna need to go like eight minutes or just under for this next 2,500 if they want to get that record.
I don't know if just dropped Wayne Kaladi from that group. Now it's just Jenks, Frazier, and Rohrer in that top three. This is what you live for.
Rohrer doing all the work at the front, Frazier in her slipstream, and then Jenks.
All right, so let's get them back here at the finish line. Anna Rohrer, Wesley Frazier, and Stephanie Jenks, your top three. You mentioned it, Kaladi has fallen hard. We got about 25, 30 meter lead is these top three. And look, separation is being created between Jenks now as we speak. Rohrer and Jenks got 2 meters on, Rohrer and Frazier have 2 meters on Jenks. This is a crucial point for Stephanie Jenks in this race.
She cannot lose connection with those ladies. They're just so strong. If you give them any leeway, you're not going to be able to make that up down the finishing stretch because they're going to be battling out. If you hang back in third and draft off them, you may have a chance because they're going to be worried about themselves to be that third person to slip in there. But right now, they look so strong.
They really do. They look smooth. They look relaxed. Hitting the 3K at 9:48. 9:48 for the 3K. So that's about 3:16 per K. You know what? I know this is a little nitpicky, but Anna Rohrer, just by ever so much, I mean, she's on that inside rail. Frazier continues to kind of roll up to her right shoulder a little bit and might be running distance that she doesn't need to. It's tiny, but it adds up. And
it does add up, and that little bit of effort could add up. But it could be a mental thing, too. Let her know, hey, I'm here. I'm not going away.
Yeah.
And it could be that her strategy is just run on her shoulder the whole time and let her know you're going to have to outpace me to beat me today.
Right, absolutely. And for Frazier, that could be, I just don't want Rohrer to get a lick on me. I want her to feel my breath on that right shoulder. Oh, another trip up, man. Rohrer, I think,
just been hitting the rail and hitting people's feet.
Well, that first flub up, I don't think had anything to do with the rail. It was more outside, but it did look like Rohrer might have stepped on the rail and inside.
Her face looks a little stressed right now. She knows she has to keep that pace going.
Yeah. That last lap was a 72. Wow. So they're rolling now.
They're starting to pick it up. They said, okay, enough. If you want to keep up with me, let's go.
Yeah. Seriously, that's ridiculous. Think about that. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Rolling this far into the race to be going that fast. They are chasing the record at this point.
I mean, they're around that 450 pace if they're hitting that 72. All right, so we push in 12 minutes here on the clock. I mean, can we even find third place?
Third place, Jenks.
Jenks is 50 meters behind, all alone. Kaladi's 50 meters or 60 meters behind Jenks.
I think Yarborough has moved into fourth.
It's tough to tell, honestly, because some athletes are getting lapped.
But we do know who's leading. That's Rohrer and Frazier way out in front. And then Stephanie Jenks, wearing 10, is back 50 meters now. They are only lengthening their lead. It's a two-girl race right now between Frazier. We're coming up with a 4K mark.
Anna Rohrer, Ryan Frazier. 5 to go. This is 4 kilometers.
5 laps to go, 1K to go. At 4K, they're at 12:59.1 officially.
Man, they're in that 78, 77 range. They had that quarter that was flying.
They're 3 seconds off national record pace right now.
And that is a great sign because that first 2,500 meter, remember, was 8:12. So they are running a heavy-duty negative split. I really think these girls are going to get it, Nolan.
They're both going to get it probably, but who's going to take the win? They could both come away with the national record. But who's going to take the win is the bigger question, because these girls are not letting up an inch. Look at them go. Still, shoulder to shoulder, and Frazier is running on lane 2 the whole time. 800 meters to go, 13:39.
Another 77 here for these girls. Oh, it's going to be tight pushing that record.
They're getting the finish line tape out. 800 meters to go, 4 laps to go. Now 3.5 laps to go.
Oh, Frazier.
Who do you got? Frazier or Rohrer? Who's going to take it?
Rohrer or Frazier. There we go. Oh my goodness. I think Anna Rohrer.
I think Frazier knows what she wants. She's making it known. She's running right there. They both look like they're stressed. They both know what's at stake, and they're both going to try and get that record. They may be more worried about the clock than each other at this point, but it's going to be a tight battle. 600 meters to go.
Frazier continues to roll up and push back, roll up and push back. Now Anna Rohrer, a lot of people say that she has a strain on her face, but she always seems to run like that, to be honest, so that might not communicate the real strain.
Jenks is back 100 meters, almost 150 meters now. 3 laps to go. No, 2 laps to go.
They just lapped Wayne Kaladi. If that communicates anything, 3 laps to go, 14:54.
800 meters to go.
14:54 for these girls with only a few laps to go. Anna Rohrer and Ryan Fraser, it's been them from the gun. And it's going to be them to the finish line tape, and they're pulling that tape out for one of these gals.
They are 150 meters ahead of Stephanie Jank.
That
she
is third
represented
place.
USA in the 3K at Worlds.
All right,
this
get
race
ready
is
for this.
ridiculous.
About to ring that
Bell
bell.
lap. 15:30 on the clock.
It looks like Rohrer is taking a little bit from Fraser right now. Rohrer has a meter on Fraser. That's the first time we've seen that since the gun went off. Fraser
see.
really needs to get in it. She's been breathing on the neck of Anna Rohrer from the get-go. Let's see what Ryan Fraser can do. Can she find a second gear? 100 meters to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the New Balance Nationals. 2-time Foot Locker champion Anna Rohrer is going for another New Balance 5K win.
Look at the clock, though. It's at 16 minutes with 50 meters to go.
They got 11-10 seconds to get this record. 16:04, the record's 16:11. Rohrer's got the win, but will she get the record?
Watch the clock.
09, 010. Oh my goodness, she's got
National record.
National record for Anna Rohrer. She has done it by mere milliseconds.
16:10.79
Wow.
officially. New national record, Anna Rohrer.
If you ever doubted her, considering how long Fraser was with her, that is silliness. Anna Rohrer just set a national record by not even a second.